to the point I want to be in, alright? Yes. No. Why am I doing a full circle? Yo, you okay? Doesn't look like I'm okay. I'm just trying to get to where you are, but it's like my brain just forgot how to turn. But you were turning just fine the other... Oh, you know what it is? You weren't turn drifting, were you? Are you serious right now? Like, what the heck is a turn drift? You know what, fine, I'll show you. You know what, fine. Go ahead and show me this turn drift thingy. Alright, since you're new to this, make sure you focus on my feet, alright? Because it can be a little tricky at the start. So it kind of goes like this. See? You even get a speed boost from it. So, this game exists. Mario Kart Super Circuit is the third Mario Kart game in the series. It's the first handheld Mario Kart game and, well, the approach they took is interesting. So how does this game stand against the two games before it? Mario Kart Super Circuit came out in 2001 for the Game Boy Advance. It is the next game in the Mario Kart series after Mario Kart 64. But 5 years between the two games, it's not as bad of a gap as Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart 9, if Mario Kart 9 even exists. It came out on the 3DS Virtual Console in December 2011, and on the Wii U Virtual Console in 2014. Wait, the 3DS had a Virtual Console? And also, what's with the inconsistent timing between the Wii U Virtual Console releases? How did it come out to Japan last? This game plays like any other Mario Kart game. You can accelerate, reverse, drift, and use an item. Nothing really got added in terms of gameplay. In fact, I would say this feels more like a downgrade. Wait! I promise that not everything I say is negative. Just hang in there. Somehow, controlling this game feels a little worse than Super Mario Kart. It also makes Mario Kart 64 look like an amazing game to control, which in all honesty, that game was better than I expected to control. But no character has a control style I feel comfortable with. I get that this is in a Game Boy Advance and it would be a little harder to control than a controller, but why make the drifting this hard? Seriously, I can make a whole video on how annoying it is to drift in this game. But before I lose any more viewers, let me change the subject. TLTLT, this game is too hard to control. So the items in this game are pretty much what they were in Mario Kart 64. Yup, this game bought the triple shells and was even able to bring the blue shells in this game. I find it funny that people rarely call it the spiny shell. But yeah, blue shells are in this game, which actually surprised me. The bunch of bananas aren't, however, which kind of makes sense since, well, why would you need 5 bananas? Also, the blooper is gone. Imagine if it were in this game. Just think of how that tiny screen would look like with a bunch of ink on it. I will say though, red shells in this game have to be the most OP item. If you throw it backwards, it will actually act as a mine. So it will just stay in place until a person passes by it, which then just chases them. Talk about balance. Coins also return in this game, and they kind of are important if you want to unlock all courses in this game. But that's about it for items. Now tracks, oh boy, are these some of the best tracks in Mario Kart. They have such a creative charm to them that I really don't have complaints about them, except for Cheeseland. And there's Snowland. I also forgot about Lakeside Park. For some reason, they decided to pull a Super Mario Kart and have 4 Bowser Castles. It's a shame that's what they went with. But hey, if 4 wasn't enough for you, how about 7? Yup. As I said earlier, if you want all courses in this game, you need to get this, play the entire cup once and get at least a gold, then you play that cup again and have to get at the very least 100 coins in total. Only then will you unlock one new cup, which includes the SNES tracks. Yes, not tiring at all. But is it really worth it? Of course it is! Playing Snowland and trying to get first place on 150cc doesn't sound bad at all. But this game is technically the first game to include retro tracks, which is pretty dope. It's too bad that they took the SNES approach in terms of how maps should look, aka they're all squished down. Another thing to note is how in every turn, a sign just comes up to ensure that you go the right way. That's one way to help the player, and I don't really mind it. Now there aren't any new characters added, however, the
characters that are in are the same as Mario Kart 64. I'd say this is kinda shocking, seeing that this game takes most of its inspiration from Super Mario Kart. Rivals still exist, and I'm pretty sure they exist in all games anyways. Each character has her own stats, but this is the last game where the characters are bound to a default kart. Weight classes also still exist, and again, this is a thing that is present in all Mario Karts. In 150cc, is it me or does it feel like rubber banding still exists? Well, no, it doesn't. But the CPU is just so hard for no reason in 150cc.
Hard CPU mixed with not the greatest controls is why I don't really think highly of this game.
Music is, well, it's alright. I don't think it's bad, but GBA compression can make it sound a little annoying. I will say though, all tracks in this game sound so fun. Even the remixed versions of the SNES tracks are pretty fun to listen to, but that remix of SNES Rainbow Road is a little questionable. My favorite song in this game is the song for Shy Guy Beach and Cheep-Cheep Island. Overall, I'd say the music is fun to listen to once, but after that, it kinda gets annoying. I already mentioned that the tracks are squished down, and I guess that was the best choice to make since it looked pretty ugly if structures were actually popping out. That, and it would be also hard to see. Time trials is a thing in this game. The only notable thing to say about it is that you can't play the retro tracks unless you get them in 150cc, so have fun with that. Battle mode also exists in this game. However, it can only be played in multiplayer. That's a shame. I'm playing this on the Wii U version, by the way. Overall, Mario Kart Super Circuit is an interesting Mario Kart game. I would recommend it if you do have a GBA and want to try out an older Mario Kart game.
Mario Kart Super Circuit is a Mario Kart game I always forget exists. I don't really have special feelings towards it and would even rate it below Super Mario Kart in my personal list. I feel like this is a Mario Kart game that people enjoy if they grew up with it, but long story short, I didn't grow up with it. But funnily enough, I grew up with the next handheld Mario Kart game. Now this is just a heads up, but the next videos I make on Mario Kart aren't going to continue the order of the games. So I will be skipping both Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii. And the main reason I'm doing that is because simply put, I don't own either of them. So unless I get my hands on one of them, I can't really make a video on them, can I? And with that being said, should I have actually spent more time with this game?